Mr. Holster here, just having a little coffee in the tack room this morning. Excuse the noise, the air conditioner's going. It's 80 degrees already outside, so it's going to be just a beautiful day, and the humidity is, and I don't know how the humidity can be, I don't know how it can be this humid, and yet it's not raining. So at any rate, a couple things I wanted to talk about this morning. The first is, this weekend we're having our next edition of our double trouble competition between Mr. Holster and Mrs. Holster, and Jack and I have been working on it. We're putting on a little bowling competition this weekend. Jack's got the whole thing worked out. He says not to worry. He's going to set up the bowling alley and the whole deal. So we're going to be shooting at I'm not really sure how it's going to work, but Jack says that you get points for every pin you knock down, so we'll see what happens. That's what the thumbnail was here on this video. Thought I'd briefly, and very briefly, do this. Talk about this book I had. This is the book that introduced me to firearms when I was young. I'll let you see it. The price, let's see what I paid for it. Yeah, I do believe that is $1 that's printed on there. The Golden Guide to Guns. I'll let you see that. This is the 5th edition, by the way, and it was originally printed in 1961. This is the 5th printing, 1964. Yeah, but I wanted to show you, that was a while ago, wasn't it? I think that was at least over a decade ago. Maybe even in the last century. But at any rate, I wanted to show you this because some things never change, you see. But they do. And this is the way things are, and this is kind of like a lot of people that I have known in the law enforcement community aren't too fond of Glocks because they have no safety. See, it's a real hurdle to go into this. There were even some back in the day that had a problem with no safety when they had, for a short period there in the 90s, the big thing was double action only semi-automatics. What I refer to as a square revolver, as in the SIG P250. But at any rate, I wanted to show you this because here I want to show you in here they have a picture of, under the defensive sidearms, a picture of a Smith & Wesson 38 Centennial Model 40. See, and nowadays they still have, sometime in the 90s they brought back this thing in stainless steel, the new Centennial. It was a 640. I think that was even an anniversary for Smith & Wesson when they brought it out. I really should have researched that first, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And they also brought out, which I had at the time, the 940. And had several of those. Now, yeah, but at any rate, this is what the 40 is, the same thing, except for, that's why I wanted to show it. You see it there. It's got a safety on the back on the grip panel. You see? And nowadays, a lot of people think, that the 640 is just too long, hard to trigger pull. Be impossible to accidentally discharge that firearm. Well, not so much back in the day. They even thought enough that for what that was being used for, and considering you couldn't cock it, they put that safety on the back. I'll let you see it one more time. So things change, but they don't change, and but there are some firearms out there, as in the Smith & Wesson 380 EZ, that's got that safety grip on the back, same safety grip, or of course the 1911 has it. Also the Springfields. So there you go. Just kind of was looking at this and kind of found it interesting. Another thing I liked in the thing real quick is, and I've never owned one of these, but I've always wanted one of these. The old Smith & Wesson Highway Patrolman. And I want you to pay attention to the fella shooting off the front of his car there, too. It's kind of interesting. He's using what they're describing as something new and radical, a two-handed grip. But yeah, a beautiful gun. There you go, guys. That's it for today. I'm going to leave you short here at only 6 minutes by the time I get done. But you can be thankful in knowing that that's 6 minutes of your life that is gone, totally gone, that you'll never, ever, ever get back again. Till next time, from Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe.